Hello, Anth 100 class, and today I'm going to be focusing on article number 36 and the article on men's pleasure and women's labor. So for article 36, the stylistic differences between Japanese hip hop and American hip hop has to do with the cultures. Do these cultures have hegemony? Are they similar to one another? What makes the Japanese core values different? Japanese has a very different take of hip hop compared to American culture because of the upbringing being slightly more difficult for Japanese people. I would say good work ethic would be emphasized. I would say hard worker would be emphasized. Very studious and good at logic. That would be a must. But I would say I like the Japanese hip hop better because I feel it is more relevant to a lot of the things in the media. The core values and American core values are different. For Americans, for example, it might just be focused on how on their niche, but for the Japanese people it would be more focused on can they study the choreography better, like in terms of mathematics, like can they apply the mathematics better. But of course there's always the opposite cases, but in general the Japanese hip hop has a different beat, a different tempo, a different rhythm. For question B, American culture has raised a lot of people to be violent. I would say this is the problem with American culture because violence is never the answer. Assaulting somebody could result in you getting arrested and having a record. So, I mean, a criminal record. So, I would say that would be that would be a lack of communal safety. An example I see in American society where it's clearly the case is within Hollywood. There's a lot of violence and lack of understanding of others. It is best to treat everyone with empathy and respect and not be violent people, because I think it's paramount to have communal safety and good. So I would agree more with the Japanese culture than with the American culture, but that's my take on it. And then for the article, men's pleasure, women's labor. What encourages the globalization of the sex trade in the Dominican Republic would be how does it affect them culturally? First of all, psychologically, sex trade is not a good commodity because it has a lot of risks and problems integrated with it, like pregnancy and other health issues. Okay, and then for the second part, prostitution is oppressing for women. I don't believe that is a good way to exploit women. I don't believe in that. I mean, but unfortunately, that's what's on the media, like on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. People think it's okay to behave in that manner, and it's really not. Prostitution should not be legalized because a body is a sanctuary. That is my opinion. I don't think legalizing prostitution would do any good. My core values are you have sexual relations with the person you're married to or in a committed relationship with. Those are my personal core values. I would never encourage anyone to go into prostitution or anything like that. I don't think it's good psychologically for anyone either. I think it would just be a terrible thing. But moving back to the first question, sex trade equals sex for unfair advantage. Like, if you want this promotion at work, you have to do this. Sexual favors, while prominent in Hollywood, it's still not consensual. So I agree with all of the things in the media, like the Harvey Weinstein case, where people said he sexually assaulted them years later, and some people say that wasn't true, and I disagree. I mean, it wasn't consensual. What he did was wrong. And unfortunately, a lot of different countries believe in exploitation of women. It's a really sad, unfortunate truth.